Hi gang, so today we're doing the base for this commemorative Kroot mini. I've been asked to do a small water tutorial, so we're going to start off quite simple with a swamp, which I think goes quite well on this. I'm using the technical Armageddon Gust for the sand on the base, just so I can give a bit of a contrast to show you what I'm doing with the resin. And then I've done the wood and the rocks with these. For the water itself, I'm using UV resin. It's just stuff that you get kind of cheap on Amazon, and you need a blue light to set it. Takes a couple minutes and it heats up. Smells kind of bad. So if you're worried about the resin pouring over the top, you can make a little dip with the technical, but I tend to trust the surface tension. And you're going to want to find yourself a pin or something long and pointy so you can point the resin where to go once you've poured it and use it to use with the paint that we're doing later. So just put your resin on as you want. You can put it as thick or as thin as you want. I did do it quite thin, so it has got a bit of the texture from the sand underneath, but you can do it a bit thicker, make it a bit more of a puddle. I'm then using these two paints, Vulcan Green and Elysian Green. So I'm going with the pin with the Vulcan Green first, and we're just going to make some little swirlies, just to give the water some life. Since it is a swamp, it should be a little dirty. This is what I mean by I used the sand to contrast against it, so you can kind of see a little better what I'm doing. I'm just swirling it in like you would have like algae in a pond. Dots work really well, and then you can just squiggle it around. You can do as much or as little of this as you want. You can use whatever colors you want. I just think it looks quite nice with the green, especially as I've used a tuft just to show how tufts kind of work with resin. So here I'm going in with the Elysian Green, doing some little spots, and then I'm just gonna try and drag them out a little bit. I also decided to get some of the Avalan Sunset, just to do some little like spot flowers, kind of. I thought it gave some nice contrast with the green. Now I'm just setting it. It takes a minute. Whatever it says on the bottle of your UV stuff, I just use the pin to kind of tap it to see if it's dry. So that's what it looks like. I could have done some more, I could have done some less. I think it looks kind of good. I'm happy. If you want extra texture, you can get these things called caviar beads. They're for nail art. They're super cheap, and you can just chuck them on, super glue them on, put the resin over it, or stick them into the resin before you set the resin to get some really nice texture for like bubbles and things like that. They work really well on Nurgle things as well. But I'll show that when I do my Death Guard tutorial. So this is the actual Kroot. We will be finishing him in a later tutorial, and I'll show you how to put some drops spraying off his foot. Thank you for watching. The link to the Discord and Twitch is in the description, and I'll see you next time.